I hope you remember me. So today we are talking about teaching science and inventions. How to teach about science and how to teach about inventions. Next slide. So we will be talking how... Next slide, спокойно. Виктор Николаевич, надеюсь, вы уже меня снимаете.
Вернуть.
Ну, как зверушка.
Нет, так next slide. Зачем ты мне сказала, что тебе надо?
И пока next slide. Тут будет видео. Да, окей. So, sorry, это была сценка такая между друзьями. So, we will talk about how to understand inventions, how to develop the language awareness and general worldview while talking about inventions, and what catchy moments can we focus on when we talk about inventions. Next. So, my question is, why is it so difficult to talk about science and progress? Elena Gennadievna, why?
Knowledge. Specific knowledge.
Lack of specific knowledge.
Yeah.
Then, who of you had this topic, or who of you has taught this topic? Elena Gennadievna has taught.
In terms of exam questions.
It should be interesting.
It should be interesting. It's very boring usually, yeah? So it should be interesting. More ideas?
And the problem to get a lot of information all around.
Very
So
good.
huge information around.
This is the biggest problem. The information is enormous and it's very difficult to choose from. Yeah? So usually when you read a topic like scientific inventions, what will you read about? Microwave oven, vacuum cleaner,
TV.
computer, TV,
But
steam
I usually
engine.
start with a wheel.
with a will.
Yeah.
Very good. You add historical perspective.
Right,
Yeah. So that is a good idea, and we'll go back to this idea later. So next slide. I think that the answer why it is so difficult to teach about inventions is that, of course, we should always end our teaching with creating. Yeah? But usually, the creation of something, I mean a tool or a machine or an invention, is something we forget about when we teach about a topic. Though other reasons for not being able to teach these topics will probably be it's difficult, yeah? It's just a topic, it's not the whole course, so somehow we try to escape it. Huh? Good. Next. So today I'll give you some hints on how to do it and how it may be fun. So I think it will really be fun if we develop functional thinking since early years. If we talk about enhancements wherever possible. I mean, when we talk about cooking, we can talk about so many tools and focus kids' attention on a tool. Yeah? So then we can give a historic perspective, like a wheel. Yeah? So we can think of something historical. Then, this is my personal idea, but I like it so much. We can discuss the types of users. I usually add types of users to any topic. Like type of viewers, type of readers, type of musicians, different types of users. Usually it is good when a student can associate with this or that user, and then it promotes speaking. Yeah? So, and finally, we can add some debatable but catchy ideas. We'll go back to those ideas later, and but you understand that each topic will have something, like a point of interest, that will be debated by scientists, but will catch students' attention. I love these moments, I love users. Historic perspective is just to show how scientific the topic may be, and functional thinking is a must from early years. Yeah? So, and now we'll go through the steps and see how it works. Next slide, please. So, You remember the scheme? The scheme shows how we can practice word building and how we can enlarge students' vocabulary and develop language awareness. You remember that from the very beginning we're talking about 3 verb forms and an arrow means a verb. Yeah? So the verbs may be defined by adverbs, yeah? And if I illustrate quickly, I will be a quick illustrator. Yeah? So this bubble, the oval, will determine a person, a noun, usually a person. Yeah? Something who is who. Then the rectangle will show us an object, a tool, even an idea, because I don't have any pictogram for abstract things. Yeah? So gerunds will be closer to nouns, so we'll define them as rectangles. There will be the adjectives, and we will always define ing like doing something, иллюстрирующий, and ed or participle 2 as illustrated, иллюстрированный. Yeah? So, of course, we seldom show this scheme to students. This is just in the mind of a teacher to be able to build a topic. Yeah? So, and you have no questions here.
Yeah, but it can be given to students, just an example, they can work with any other words.
Yeah, I try to,
Yeah,
but yeah, my students, like I have a student who says, my head starts spinning when I see all this. Yeah, usually it requires some adjustment. Yeah, so usually you need some time to get adjusted to this idea. Though, as teachers, you probably understand that the verb is the main part of the English language. And the more, yeah, it is the most difficult part. And the more you talk about it, the more you build students' vocabulary. Yeah, the bigger students' vocabulary will be. Okay, next slide, please. And now we will see how it works. So this is, while I am giving you the handouts, you please try to. I have 30 copies, so you can have some extras. So we are looking at this copy now, and this is the so-called speaking map for the students of the 4th grade, the 4th or the 5th grade, who are learning the topic food and who will be talking about a recipe. So it shows how to talk about a recipe. Yeah? So let's read it and let's understand what I meant by this map. First of all, there is a cook. Yeah? So the cook, we underline the root, that means it may be a verb as well. A cook cooks. But in our case, the cook needs ingredients. Yeah? Or there is a recipe of a dish and it contains the ingredients. Again, so this is understandable and it depends upon you, like which way you will choose. So then, here are the ingredients. And from our previous workshops, you probably remember that there was a big portfolio map on food, so they already know food. My question is, why is it so difficult for kids to speak about recipes? Like usually, even if they cook, what is the main difficulty?
They need verbs.
They do need verbs, but mostly when they make a project, they usually Google it. They have lots of measurements. And those silly measurements, they spoil the speaking entirely. When they start adding 2 spoons of and so sprinkle and so on, that is where the speaking ends, the project starts, but actually it's very boring. Yeah? So, in my case, the kids know the words of cooking, the kitchen verbs or the words for cooking. And we can divide them into the so-called cutting words or cutting verbs that we process, then we cook. Again, this is debatable, but it's entirely my classification. Then we cool, and then we serve. So these are the stages of a recipe that are quite easy to understand for a kid. You need ingredients and you enumerate the ingredients, and then we decide what to do with those ingredients. How do we do this? If we peel, we do it with a peeler, so it is peeled.
It becomes
It is peeled. No one says it becomes peeled, it's too difficult for them. I would say that here the main aim is to give them the understanding of how the language works. We peel, the instrument is a peeler, so it is peeled. Sometimes the instruments are different. We cut with a knife, but luckily on a cutting board. Yeah? So we chop again with a knife. Yeah? So, but in general, this is a good topic where we can see that all verbs will have, mostly all verbs will have the instruments and they will have participle too. So this is what we can practice when they are young enough to understand the vocabulary and to understand the word building. And again, when they are not mature enough to talk about measurements and real recipes. Yeah? So it's a good topic to review or to learn the kitchen verbs and to talk about the recipe. How will we end? We'll say that it is served hot, or I serve it, the cook serves it hot, in a cup with something, or on a plate with, and choose a spoon. So, I made this scheme maybe a month ago, and it was developing in me for a long time. And then I started looking at watching the kids, and it was interesting for me how they can understand it. Yeah? So mostly they were doing quite okay. And one girl just surprised me. I have a video. Okay.